going on, guys? Today we're going to take the CRX to have it professionally detailed. A guy by the name of Alex, who I met on Instagram, who has become a friend, he professionally details cars for a living, so he's going to take on the task of trying to restore the paint on my Y49 CRX. Now, for a car of this age, you're going to encounter some of the obvious wear and tear. This car's 32 years old, it's a 1988. So on the bumpers, that's where I have the most amount of fade. It's just on the top of the front and the rear bumper. You can see where the yellow is, it's a little bit lighter in color, as if it's just been dyed out from sitting in the sunlight. Now the driver's side is in really nice shape. Very minimal dings or dents, just normal wear and tear again. But by looking at it up and down the side, the paint is in very good shape still. It looks like once he gets at it, I imagine he's going to be able to return a lot of the gloss and luster to this side of the car. I pulled off the rear mud flaps and the aftermarket mirrors. The reason why I pulled these off is so he can attempt to repair, or at least even this out, because you can see it's a little glossier here than it is on the rear part of the bumper. And for the mirrors, I just want the stock look. I'm going to throw those aftermarket mirrors on the Rune 49 CRX. I think that'll look a little bit better for the track car. And then here's a small look of the passenger side. And so I'm hoping he can restore the paint to, I guess, as best that it could possibly be. He's also going to apply a ceramic coating, G-Technic, which should help protect the paint for what it says 3 to 5 years to come. And the best part about that is I keep the car garaged now, so it should last a fair amount of years being protected, and I don't plan on washing it too often, as I won't need to now that it doesn't sit outside. So very excited to see how it looks once he's completed the ceramic coating. And so we're going to head over to his house, drop this car off, see what he has to offer in terms of what he's going to do to the car. And I'm hoping I can get him to provide me some clips of when he's working on it, or at least when he's talking about it. He has a really interesting Instagram story when he works on detailing other people's cars, so I'd love to see that process put into this. And then of course, when it's finished, I'll get out here and we'll get some good images of it and get some good video of what the paint looks like comparatively to how you're seeing it now. And here it is, completely finished, guys. I'm gonna give you a quick walk around in the shade. That way you can really see, like, look at the front of the car up here. You can see the reflection off the side of the door and the fender. And the entire car looks this way now. I think it came out freaking badass. The paint is super shiny now. The yellow just stands out. And I'm super happy with the results of it. Looking down the driver's side, you can see the reflection, obviously, side of my house. You can see the cactus in front of my air conditioner. The fronts of the bumper, where the paint was a little messed up on both, he was telling me that's from just the fading and basically the paint losing its pigmentation from the sun heating up the bumpers. And it wasn't a clear coat, it's just it's lost paint essentially throughout this portion of the bumper. I'm not sure how well you can see it on camera in the shade. I'll get a little bit of footage of it when I have it out in the sunlight so you guys can see exactly what that looks like. Here's from the driver rear. and it came out fantastic. I'm super happy with the results of it. He even helped retouch up all the trim on the car, so that came out looking a lot better. And I think once I wash it and keep applying some trim restore on the plastics, it'll definitely make it look even darker black. And here's a look at it in the sunlight, guys. It looks really sharp. And I cannot say thank you enough to Alex for taking care of my CRX for me. I'm super happy with the way it looks now. I think it's great. He did all the hard work for me, like trying to get it restored and polished myself. Probably would have been a failure, honestly. I don't know what I'm doing, and I definitely wouldn't have tried to learn on this car. So it's great that he was able to protect the paint, and now I can just wash it and detail it. And he actually offered to, like, when I'm going to wash the car, we'll set something up and I'll head over to his house and we can kind of wash our CRXs together, and that way I'm not doing anything to damage the ceramic coating prematurely. Here's a look at that driver's side again in the sunlight. You can just see how rich the yellow looks in color. If you guys are curious on the methods he took to restore it, he told me that what he did is he did a two-step correction. He utilized a rotary polisher to remove the heavy contamination, like the dead paint, and then a dual action polisher for the polishing stage. And what that did, that really made the paint shine, and it really made the yellow pop again. And after the polishing stage, what he did, he applied a ceramic coating from G-Technic, and then he also applied something called an exo topper, which basically protects the ceramic coating. So he did a protection on top of a protection. And so that should help it last for quite a long time. And I'm hoping that it just retains this kind of luster for many years to come. Here in the sunlight, I don't know if you guys can really see it. It's hard to see through my camera. You can see the little spots where it's missing a little bit of the yellow on the front bumper. Doesn't look bad one bit. It's still shiny. And I'm not going to sweat it. I'm going to leave it alone. He had a guy that came by and talked about painting it, a body shop guy, because someone had hit his truck while I had my car at his house, and he saw it and he said he could paint it and match it, but I want to leave it alone. I think it looks perfectly fine. It's kind of vintage and kind of suits the car. I like having the original paint on my CRX. And then here in the rear you can see how it's just a little bit lighter in color all along the top of the bumper. Fortunately, I have a little ding here. It was like that when I bought the car, but it doesn't necessarily bother me too much. It could be a lot worse, and the car's still in really good shape overall. One thing that's really cool about the ceramic coating is the way that water just rolls off of it now. Like, look at how fantastic that is. Like, it'll make it so much easier to clean. I've had some people asking me about the seats I have in here, and I believe these are EF7 CRX seats. They bolted straight up to the 88 chassis, and I was able to source a better door panel, so you can see the top is not as sun-beaten as it was before. Just have my personal steering wheel, energy hub, quick release, old trust shift knob, Password JDM shift boot, and interior is pretty clean. I like to get in here and do some fine detailing, really clean up all the plastics and get all those looking nice and sharp again too. And so thanks for following along today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know the content wasn't too exciting, but I just really want to document the before and after of my CRX. And once again, Alex, thanks again for taking care of my car. I'd like to bring my SI over there one of these days, and maybe we can try to get that one looking a little bit better as well. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care.